all sizes, and all the modern kitchenwares you can think about. From the bedroom, we have top-of-the-line exquisite beddings to give you that great night's sleep because you have earned it, and soft, comfortable towels for your bathroom. And in the living room, we have high-definition TV sets of all sizes, unique Ariel rugs, classy curtains in all the colors you desire, wall paintings of different sizes and colors, furniture, and everything you can think about for the home. All that at unbelievable prices. We even have low voltage, high quality washing machines and dryers to keep your clothes fresh and new at all times. As a bonus, we have fashion accessories for both the young and the old, designer quality bags, hats, and rare jewelries. So if you love yourself, your family, and your home, it's time to treat it right. Visit Home Sweet Home on Benson Street between Center and Buchanan Streets for that needed upgrade. You can call them on 0886 834 944 or 0770 581 420. Home Sweet Home for the love of a classy home.
Welcome back to the OK Money Rush on 99.5. Those of you who are watching us via our page, OKFM 99.5 and OK TV, we'd like to say good morning. Welcome to all of you. Emmanuel Soman is watching us from the United States of America. Emmanuel, good morning to you. You had to, take some time to be with us. Emmanuel Soma, we appreciate you. Pascal, the Samuel Penner is watching with us. Masakwet Sando Ogaji. Adama Konante is watching. V. Kurman is also watching. Emmanuel G. Pennan is watching. Vamuya K. Bayol is watching. Tactus Paya. Zico Red. Ismail Bobo Masakwet is also watching with us. Ansu Coleman. Hazapa Otello Tupi Grips is also watching with us. Wampi Do, big brother, long time no see. Are you in country? Long time no see, Wampi. Josephine Johnson is also watching with us. David Moluba is following us. William K. Mark Davids. Kona Bala is watching. Adama Lamin Toure is watching. Otello Sua is also watching with us. Dennis F. Doffos is watching. Boyman T. Gray Jr., Edward G. Gibson, Jeffrey Kuman, Ambassador Bayonga, Kwedi Dennis, Washington T. Cassell, Ma Esterson, S.B. Achiber, U. Morris, J. Martin Gopher. Big brother, you're watching from where he says I'm watching from Point 4, Monrovia. Oh, I thought you were watching us from Zulu Whiskey or Debanga. Big brother Martin Gofa, good morning. Otello Brooks is watching us from home. Yahweh Gosling is watching. Thomas Bole. Thomas Bole is watching. Muka Jalom. Mark Tricka is watching. Samuel J. Samuel Y. Johnson. Dr. Thomas W. Thiele Jr. is watching. And etc. and etc. and etc. All of you are watching. Thank you ever so much for always being with us. It's because of you we are always here in the morning on the OK Morning Rush. Let's go to BBC Properly and get a story. Angolan tycoon Isabel de Santos, once duped Africa's richest woman, has hit out at the UK for imposing sanctions on her. Telling the BBC the move came as a surprise as she had not been found guilty of any corruption in any court in any country. Last month, the daughter of Angola's former president was described by the UK government as a notorious kleptocrat and slapped with an asset freeze and travel ban for allegedly siphoning wealth out of all rich Angola. She said Angola's government was behind a campaign to tarnish her image. It's political at the end of the day. To Santos 51 to the BBC Africa daily podcast from her base in Dubai. They were more go sit down in Dubai again. She used to be Africa's richest woman. You know, her father, President José Eduardo dos Santos, was president of Angola, and for many years we were told she was head of the oil company there, like probably like we have with Lucaya, something like that. But the UK government thinks she took away millions of dollars from the country. You know, that's why when some people are in power, they don't like to get the children involved in the government. That is the reason why every time I listen to what is the VOA, I watch international news and listen to Ugandan President Yoweri Museveni and listen to some of the things he's doing in the country. Sometimes I get scared for him because you just know that at the end of his administration, some of the things are going to come back to him. At the moment, he is not trying civilians in military court. Dr. Kisa Besigye, who recently went to Kenya for the book loan of one of his colleagues, vanished and was sent back to Uganda again. The government says he went to Kenya to plan a coup against the government. They brought him, and then they've been investigating him in a military court. And Ugandan human rights people have been talking about it. Sometimes I think, how will President Yoweri Museveni end? I think his son is an army general out of the chief of defense staff of the military of the country, and all these kinds of things. The day he leave the stage, I wonder sometimes these people think about all these things that, look, I can even be the most powerful man in the world for 30, 40 years. There is coming a day that I will leave the stage. The day I leave the stage, will I be able to walk around freely in the community? The day I leave the stage, will my children be safe? Will the country embrace? Will they celebrate me and my children and my family? What kind of life will I live after service to the country as its president? I think he's been there for 4 decades now, a little over some 40 years. I can be thinking, one of the people can think about the repercussion of some of the things they can do when they're so much seated and comfortably in power. You've been in power in the country for 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. You brought your son in power. Your daughter is in power. Your other president. How will you end? When your time expired, when you leave from the office, how do you expect the people to treat you? Look, everything here in the country, in Liberia as a nation. By the way, I will talk to Wanto Tier Wanto on the line. We are told the CDC is supposed to be having a protest. Today, they will converge at the Capitol building. Wanto will tell us why a protest and when is the protest? What should we expect? I think the protest is today. Yesterday, some Liberians were protesting for the data, and the LTSA is restore it. I don't know whether that has been done, but we'll check it up to see whether that has been done. Liberian people did not greet the data thing with any. They didn't say. They rise up. They spoke out about it. So today the CDC is supposed to be having a protest. We'll talk to Tier 1 about it. Look. We may have some of the things we have in the country. Everything is not going to be rosy. But some of the young people in the country are making significant strides. Yesterday you listened to Senator Tiege. Of all the things he said, he pointed out to some of the young people in the government, the LPRC Managing Director Tue, LWSC Managing Director Mo Ali, and some of the people who he think are doing a very good job. The general auditing, the head of the general, I mean the auditor general of our country is also doing a very good job. You see him, raising the bar at international conferences and taking Liberia to international levels. When these people make these kinds of representation of our country, people now believe that, look, everything about Liberia is not as people say, it's not as we take it to be. There are a lot of good things happening in Liberia. There are a lot of very intelligent people in Liberia. And that's why I'm particularly proud of Auditor General P. Gasua Jackson. That's why I'm very proud of this young man with a very young and a brilliant team. Kudos to his entire team, because for somebody to excel, for somebody to keep shining, for somebody to keep branding the institution the way he's doing, it is not, individually driven. It has to be a composition of an entire team. And so all of the deputies at the GSC, all of the directors, and just everybody who working over there trying to make the auditor general's work better, we say thanks to all of you. Gaswa is doing a very great job. He's gaining a lot of recognition, not just in country. He's gaining a lot of, I'm saying he, meaning the GAC, is gaining a lot of international recognition, getting to be respected amongst, our partners. Again, the head of the National Fisheries and Aquaculture Authority, Emma Glasgow, like her or you hate her, she's one of our country's best. She's doing, and again, along with her team, because it's not just about her, it's about the entire team over there at NAFA. Recently, they managed to bring some ministers here to the country. They were having an event here, I think, for almost 2 days. At some point, it was graced by His Excellency President Joseph Boakai, and I am told Emma Glasgow has taken over as chairmanship of the regional fisheries body, and that she took over during the ministerial section, which was attended by the president. She has also disclosed an ambitious plan to explore possibilities of increasing the membership of the Fisheries Committee for West Central Gulf of Guinea from 6 to 10, while assuming the chairmanship of the regional fisheries body during the ministerial section, which was attended by the president, His Excellency President Joe Boakai. Congratulations to Emma Glasgow. History will be kind to this young lady. Everybody have their flaws, and you can say what you want to say, but I think from the past regime up to now, she's been doing exceptionally well. She has exposed the fishery sector. Some of us just thought fishery or NAFA or just one other good out just dealing with fisher people, they just fishmonger and fisherman. But she's rebranded. She, along with her team, they've rebranded that institution. They've made it more attractive. For the first time in many, many, many years, there's been an assessment conducted on our waters to tell us what's in our waters. And you heard from her the other day from the press conference that we have so much potential in our waters. Some of the species we have are in high demand. Now she's taking over a regional chairmanship to lead an institution. These things do not happen overnight. For your colleagues to come together and believe in you and say, let's give it to this person, it takes time. It takes commitment. They must have weighed you. They must have known you. They must know what you are and what you can do. So congratulations to Emma Glasgow. Congratulations to Liberia. Liberia is the bigger picture in this one, because at the end of the day, it is Liberia that is heading it now. You see her ambitious plan. I think the membership of the institution is 6. She says she would take it up to 10. That is a commitment. We look forward to that. We look forward to more, boats, more fishing boats taking advantage of our waters, taking advantage of the new stock assessment report coming to Liberia. Let's make some money. Let's make some money from our waters. We have too much potential as a country. I don't know what is happening to our infrastructure development. Let's move on. Yesterday, I was talking something, I think I just talked about it in passing. It is about that whole issue about the World Bank, the two letters are rare here. One letter was written by Sam Stikwa when he was acting Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, rating the ball of LEC, acknowledging that the president was aware of the board meeting. The president was cognizant about the meanings of the board meeting, and that the president has given go ahead to the board to recruit new LEC, management team. And then 1 month later, the other letter disappeared. One other letter comes from the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, Sylvester Grisby, giving the World Bank the authority to do the recruitment. So, the two letters, when you read the two letters, it will tell you exactly some of the power play that can be around the president. Just by the two letters, and I'll read the two letters again. Just by those two letters, you can just understand that at certain point somebody will do something, at certain point the other person will come to nullify. Because if they discuss it as a ministry or as the office of the president, and they agree on something, I am not sure in Grisby's absence, if Stikwa wrote something, Grisby will come back to overturn it and write another letter. So I'll read the two letters again. And I keep wondering what it is supposed to be the World Bank recruiting the senior management team of LEC. So why we can't just give all the SOEs, to the World Bank to be doing recruitment? Are we ourselves not capable to do this recruitment? Don't we know who are supposed to be the brightest and people with integrity amongst us, that we have to go to be telling the World Bank one other time? We say, so I'll read the two letters again. And as you read these letters, you know exactly that, look, around, I see why sometimes the president job too is a difficult job. It's a difficult job. But again, the ability of the president to sit and rationalize everything he or she, in this case, because our president is now a man, to be able to listen to all sides. But at some point when you go in your room or you go in your office, you do your own analysis, rationally think about all the things they're telling you, and then you take a decision. Sometimes it's difficult, because there are people who think they're supposed to have the eyes and the ears of the president. There are people who think they're supposed to be the last to talk to the president before he goes to bed. And those kinds of people, anything they tell the president, that I can leave in the president's ear for the next day. So apparently Grisby was not in the country. Like I said yesterday, I'm emphasizing this letter because I think something is not right. Something is not right. So Grisby apparently is not in the country. And November 4, Samuel Stikwa is writing this communication. Councillor Emmanuel Tule, Chairman of the Board of Directors, Liberia Electricity Corporation, Montreal, Liberia. Councillor Tule, we are pleased to acknowledge receipt of the copy of minutes of the November 1, 2024 LEC board meeting. The first paragraph. So in the first place, it seemed there was a board meeting. The LEC board met. And after the meeting, they forwarded the entire minutes of the meeting to the president. Meaning, everything they discussed in our meeting, they forwarded it to the president for the president's perusal. So Stikwa is telling here that, look, we acknowledge, we received a copy of the minutes of the meeting you sent us, and the president is aware of everything you discussed in our meeting. Let's go ahead. The president has taken due note of the notice of non-renewal of contract to the LEC managing director and the consultant. So apparently in our LEC board meeting, the board agreed that it will not renew the contract of Mr. Monique Captain and the consultant. I'm told the consultant was a foreigner, out of a Ghanaian. As contained in this letter, since Stikwa is also telling the board, say, look, we not only that we saw your letter, but we also acknowledge the fact that you have decided not to renew the contract, the notice of non-renewal. We also see that you have decided not to renew the contract of Mr. Monique Captain and the consultant. We are also aware, the president is aware of it. He goes on. The impending transitions in leadership underscore the importance of immediate, well-coordinated action to ensure the continued stability and effective operation of the corporation. Sequoia tells them, look, yeah, we understand you're not going to renew their contract. So what it means is that all of us will have to work together as soon as possible to find a new management team because LEC is strategic. Then he goes on and says, accordingly, the president concords. It means the president agrees with the board's recommendations and further directs that it should establish a selection criteria and a vetting committee tasked with identifying qualified candidates for the roles of managing director and other senior officials as outlined in the LEC's Act. Stickware is telling them, say, look, the president agreed. Everything you said in our board meeting, the president agreed because it seemed the board recommended that, look, Mr. President, if you can give us the go-ahead, we as the board of LEC, we will recruit for the new senior management team of the LEC. So Stickware was telling them, say, yeah, the president, in fact, the president agreed with you. All your recommendations, the president agreed. And the president wants me to let you know that he is directing you people to set up a criteria committee. Criteria meaning set up a committee that will ensure that, look, to be LEC managing director, you must have this, you must have this, you must have this, you must have this. And then the president says, you're going to set up another committee that will be the vetting committee that will ensure they can look at all the applications to show they qualify people, and then in the long run, we can select. This committee shall also adopt a transparent, competitive, and comprehensive process to select the most capable candidates. So stick where I say the president say, I'm going to go ahead. You go ahead. You set a committee. You vet the people. You recruit the people. All the president wants you to do is for the board to make sure you take the most qualified amongst all of the candidates. Then he goes on and says, upon completion of the vetting and selection process, the committee should submit 3 highly suitable candidates for each key role to His Excellency, the President, for final selection. So since the guy is saying, look, the president said, you should go ahead. You people should recruit. You should do the vetting. But you guys gotta be mindful. You take the most qualified. Then you can send the listing to the president. And the president wants you to send 3 names for each position, meaning for the position of the LEC managing director, you'll send 3 names. From amongst those names, the president will take 1 person. For the deputy, all the positions, you'll send 3. Then the president will submit, the president will select 1 person. We appreciate your commitment to this crucial responsibility and anticipate that the board will take these actions promptly to preserve the leadership and operational strength of the Liberia Electricity Corporation. Kind regards sincerely, Samuel A. Stikwa, Acting Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, apparently greets people out of the country. And the LEC board is a composition of Liberians appointed by the president. The board, most of the times, the boards are appointed by the president. So in other words, it is the president, because the board is like a vicegerent of the president. So in other words, the president gave the board to go ahead to recruit. This letter was written on November 4 this year. Bam. By the time we go to December 5, exactly 1 year, 1 month after Saint Stephen wrote it on, exactly 1 month after they finished giving the board all they go ahead, apparently maybe the board started recruiting and all, then another letter surfaced. 5th December 2024, Miss Georgia Wallen, Country Manager, the World Bank Group, Chairman Embassy, Congleton, Morovia. Dear Madam Warren, reference is made to your audience with the President on November 27, 2024 regarding, so that letter was written on November 4. So with the President on the 27th, it looks like it is as a result of that the President meeting with the President, everything just changed. Now, reference is made to your audience with the President on November 27, 2024 regarding recruitment for the management of the Liberia Electricity Corporation. The president has asked that I confirm his concurrence with your proposal that the World Bank takes the lead at the bank's expense in the process of selection of competent and experienced persons to manage the Liberia Electricity Corporation through a transparent and competitive process. It is understood that LEC should revert to its statutory structure. In that respect, the following positions, the positions are here, blah, blah, blah. The president has further asked that the process be executed expeditiously and efforts be made to attract the largest application pool possible. He expresses deep appreciation for the bank's participation in the SP2 project and bank's continued contribution to the development of the energy sector. So the order changed. I don't know when the letter say at the bank's expense. I don't know what it means. The recruitment process, do we have to money involved or whatever involved? That portion of the letter, they say the bank should go ahead with the recruitment at the expense of the bank. After a previous letter giving the board the go ahead to do it. So apparently they communicated with the board again. They said, no, you're not doing it. So what's the function of the board? Because it is the board that's supposed to do this thing. That's why most of these entities, sometimes before the president takes a decision, the board will have to make recommendation. And sometimes the board, not even sometimes, all times, the boards can vote. The board can take a vote to say, we want the one, we want the one. So sometimes the president can instruct board, say, look, you investigate that thing and help me recommendation to me. So when the president fires you, sometimes the president takes an action. It is as a result of a board decision, a board recommendation. I'm just thinking whether it is appropriate for the World Bank to do this recruitment for us. How has it been done before? Why did they even think that the board should do it? And then later on, they say no. Okay, how are we ending? Yesterday, I visited the Ministry of Transport. And I went there because it was the right thing to do. Working with some of our sources, we have received a warning letter that was issued and expedited at the Ministry of Transport. And so I called the HR because I noticed it is the Human Resource Director who signed the letter. And so I worked with people and I got Madam, what is her name? Madam Olive D. Scott. I got her number. And then I called her Sunday evening and I raised the issue with her that I had a letter in my possession. It was a warning letter of one of the expediter. And the content of the letter was this. And she said she was in a family meeting and I should meet her tomorrow. So I did. I went to the Ministry of Transport yesterday. Of course, they got their own procedures there, which is very good. The guys wanted me to call her. I called her, she didn't pick up. And then when I identified myself later, and I actually told them that I was on an investigation there. Provided me the opportunity, went upstairs to her office. She came out, greeted me, and she asked me to sit. She would have come back. She did just that, came back, and she's deputy minister for the deputy minister for administration wanted to see me. So we went to the office. So I will read the letter that attracted my attention. The letter that made me to place the telephone call to Madam Scott. Ministry, Republic of Liberia, Ministry of Transport, Warren and Kerrick Streets, Monrovia, Liberia. December 11, 2024. Mr. Blah, 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 blah. Expediter. Division of Human Resources. The minister complained that you disrespectfully walked out of him and never responded when he tried to draw your attention. This which is this which is mind is a gross disrespect to authority. Your action contravenes chapter 4.4.2 DRR of the Civil Service Standing Orders, which states insubordination and results to 2 letters of warnings followed by transfer or dismissal. Therefore, you are warned to desist, as a repeat of your action will lead to stringent administrative action against you. Sincerely, Olive D. Scout, Director of Human Resources. This is the letter. I'll read the letter again, especially the first paragraph. On Wednesday morning, the Minister of Transport engaged you on the first floor steps and greeted you, but you did not answer. The minister complained that you disrespectfully walked out of him and never responded when he tried to draw your attention. This, which in his mind is a gross disrespect to authority. Your action contravenes chapter 4.2.2 DRR of the Civil Service Standing Orders, which states insubordination. So I started looking for the Civil Service Standing Orders, and I got it. I got it. I got a particular provision. Let me see what it says. When I even went there, I think I started getting more confused with that provision. But let's go there. So 4.2.2 4.2.2 DRR, it talks about insubordination. It says, if in the opinion of the agency head or director general, an employee fails to exculpate himself, the following penalties shall apply. 2 letters of warning followed by transfer or dismissal. So then I went on to say, what is this exculpate word? Because the word is too big for probably any ordinary employee to just understand. So I went to the dictionary and tried to define the word. Show or declare that someone is not guilty of wrongdoing. So in this case, what that provision is saying, if you cannot prove that you are not guilty of any wrongdoing, it is gross insubordination. So I said to myself, so I engaged the minister, the young minister. What is his name? He gave me a call card yesterday, the deputy minister for administration. So I went to the office and he said, Clarence, why are you here? And I explained. And then he said, oh, thank you for coming. But, it's against the Civil Service Standing Order. The minister passed by somebody, the minister spoke to you, and you don't answer the minister. In case the minister wanted to give you instruction to do a piece of job, and you don't answer the minister, it's not good for the workplace, so it's gross insubordination. So I looked in the young minister's face. There were 2 young ministers. The one responsible for, I think, rail, and the deputy minister for administration. 2 young ministers. In fact, the deputy minister for administration told me how he's been over there for a little over a decade. So after he got through explaining, I looked in his face and I said, but in my opinion, speech should be voluntary. So for example, if I'm claiming the steps at OKFM and I'm coming to my office, and I met Joseph, Daniel, or Ollie, or even the janitor, and I greeted the janitor, and the janitor refused to answer me, and I said, my man, I'm talking to you, or I'm talking to you, and the person walk. How does that really constitute gross insubordination? As a boss man, I think what I would do maybe will allow you to go where you're going, and maybe after a few minutes, I'll send somebody to call you to my office. Because listen, sometimes people come from their homes. The first thing is, the Civil Service Standing Order, every law got intent. I'm not sure the intent of the framers of the law was that when somebody speaks to you, you not answer, then it should constitute God insubordination. I'm not sure, because the framers of the law, they're very sensitive. I'm not sure they say, oh, when the minister speak to you, when you answer that God insubordinate, I'm not sure that's the intent of that provision. So as a boss man, if I did that, somebody didn't answer, I will take a few time and call you back. I will go back to you and engage you. What happened? I spoke to you this morning. You didn't answer. What happened? Is everything okay? Because you see, sometimes people are stressed. Sometimes the person got their own issue from their home. They come to work. But then just by walking on his you speak to the man he speak to you, so you go, you instruct the HR and say, get that man warning letter because it's a contravention. I mean, it's against the civil service standing order. Are you serious? So the man has been warned. So even if that person having their own stress or other issue, you just increasing it. Maybe, I'm sorry, I'm on radio, but because I know I will not call Josiah Joker on these kinds of things. But I am not sure if the civil service agency were to interpret the thing that happened between the minister and our president and the subsequent letter. I'm not sure the intent of that provision is when somebody speaks to you, you not answer that gross insubordination. I think gross insubordination should be work related. Maybe your boss man gave you instruction to do a piece of job, you refuse to do it. Your boss man gave you instruction, to do this, you refuse to do it. Something work related, you refuse to do, but just climbing steps and greeting somebody and the person refuses to greet you, and maybe you want to follow how the person walk, then you say that gross insubordination, so it means they will send plenty letter to that Ministry of Transport. So all of you working over there, you'll just be on your life. The day soon you see the minister coming, you'll be speaking. Because when the minister greet you, you greet him, and you go in. They will give you warning letter. When it happens 2 times, they can decide whether they suspend you or they dismiss you. Look, anything that talks about dismissal, in this provision, the provision is talking about warning, suspension, and dismissal. So you should know that it's supposed to be something like that magnitude. I'm not sure it's just about mere greeting. But that is what it is. 8:30, we'll have our first guest here. And then 9 o'clock. Yesterday, I told you the Liberian Medical and Dental Association would have had a press conference. They had a press conference. And so this morning, we will play host to about 4 medical doctors. They are coming. And we will continue the discussion on the issue we're talking about. Yesterday, we'll play host to Dr. Peter George. He's the president of the Liberian Medical and Dental Association. Dr. Dede Superwood is the vice president. We'll also have here Dr. Lavala B. Cortiman Jr., who is the chaplain and the advisor. They will all be here this morning at 9 o'clock. It seems they are not happy with the government. When you see Stikwa Retin and Grace Bay come out and oppose something fishy happening around the presidency, it's clear. Nobody need to tell you that the acting minister of state for presidential affairs will read one letter. Then when the minister proper comes back to the country after 1 month, they read another letter. It tells you the power struggle and the power play, and it tells you that something is not right. There is something that all of them are not telling us, but it's okay. But I am still thinking what our World Bank is supposed to be doing, recruitment for a Liberian process. I have on the line a member of the CDC to talk about their protest today. Wanto, good morning.
Good morning, Clarence. How are you? It's a great pleasure being here this morning.
Okay. Wanto, where are you at the moment? Where are you?
So interestingly, I'm also on my way to Punch FM. Have a show this morning, and then after that, I'll be making my way to the capital to stand up for our democracy. But there's a clarification I wanted to make.
Okay.
I think the march on the capital today is not an official political march from CDC. It's a conglomeration of of different group of Liberians who believe our democracy should be preserved, should be respected, and should be protected. Because I think a few days ago with the panel you hosted, we provided an extensive experience, which the entire panel agreed that the situation in the capital requires all Liberians to see it as a threat to our democracy. So the CDC is very concerned. ARP issued a statement a few days ago, also, criticizing the entire situation and calling for an immediate reversal and respect of the Speaker Kofa, as a legitimate speaker of our country.
Okay, so are you?
That's the first clarification I wanted to make.
Okay, yeah. So it is not an official CDC protest. Instead, the protesters will be a composition of people from different institutions. Are you the spokesperson of the protesting Liberians?
No, I'm not a spokesperson for protesting Liberia. Like we said, it's a group of Liberians from all across. There's even a group in CDC called CDC Food Soldier that's representing the CDC at that protest. There's the ANC that issued a statement. There are Liberians who are apolitical, who have no political alliance, but believe that this country, we should respect our separation of power, where we have legitimate observation and oversight over our budget that is currently ongoing, and where we can be able to respect our rule of law. We spoke during the panel, we spoke extensively about what to expect with the current saga in the legislature, which is futuristically. We stand to have no governance and rules. We stand to definitely, have a space that protect and promote lawlessness in our country.
Okay.
We think
before we go, yeah, I come here actually all of those one. But do you have leaders? Do you, as the people who protesting, do you have leaders?
Yeah, there are multiple leaders that are leading the protest, and they will be at the Capitol this morning, and they will issue a petition, and they will stand up for our democracy, and I will be participating there as well as someone who respect. And I think this country have to have respect for our rules, our law, and our democracy, especially when it comes to our separation of power. Okay.
Now, why are you protesting, and to whom are you going to be presenting the petition?
The petition will be presented to the legitimate speaker, will also be presented also to the House of Leadership. And we think there will be also international journalists covering. The objective is to send up a popular mandate that, Liberians across are not satisfied with how our country is running. They are not satisfied directly with the implication of the executive in the current saga of the speaker. I think a few days ago we saw the vice president on Spoon saying that, they call and had a meeting to give a dignified visit to the speaker, the legitimate speaker, Speaker Kofa. I think this is wrong. This does not follow any protocol and rules and constitutional mandate in our country. And we think that, since the executive and even the Supreme Court, have not seen what the popular mandate is today at the Capitol, hundreds and thousands of Liberians will stand up and show, that dissentment to the current ongoing saga in our country.
Now, when are you assembling, and will you also present another petition to the leadership of the Liberian Senate?
Yeah, there will be a petition presented to both the Senate, the House, and the President also will see the amount of there. This is a national protest. It's also will have international attention. We have BBC, Al Jazeera, CNN, and several news outlets that will be there this morning, and there will be watchdog. If the police or security apparatus tend to be able to use their mandate wrongly against peaceful Liberians who are protesting, we are very sure will document their leverage of violation on the right of peaceful Liberians. And we believe in all mandate possible that this is very, very, very crucial for our democracy. This is the path and trajectory we should be able to hold on, because the voice of the people are the legitimate governance in our country. And we'll be standing today. All political parties, not CDC alone, there are unity partisans who also disagree with the current issue at the Capitol, and they believe that the executive should play a critical role in protecting our democracy and sustaining, the years and decades of our constitutional mandate.
Okay, now it is by law the responsibility of the police to protect our lives and our properties. Do you know what are the leaders of the protest have been working with the Ministry of Justice to ensure that the police can provide you security because your safety matters? All of the protesters' safety matters. Have you been working with the government through MOJ and the police to ensure that every single protester over there gets protection?
We guarantee that this is as peaceful as possible. We also are very much, cognizant of the fact that the police and the entire populace are aware about meeting today. We also believe the police have a right to protect peaceful protesters. Notwithstanding, we know there may be political flaw to ensure that we do not achieve a sustained mandate with this protest by sending out a clear, discernment to why we are standing today and marching for our democracy. If that is the case, we believe that we'll document the leverage of violation of peaceful protesters who are standing for our democracy. But we call on all security apparatus to respect the voice of the people. Social action is a healthy part of our democracy. It's a very clear mandate on disagreement on policies, on disagreement on constitution, on disagreement on specific issues that may not fall in line with existing protocols and the respect of our democracy. Everyone is concerned about this issue. The U.S. Embassy issued a statement a few days ago calling for the respect of the rule of law, and I think this is very important and critical for all of us as Liberians. And today we'll be sending out that strong caveat that we respect our democracy and we are standing up for it.
No, I was asking in the context of, because I know peaceful assembly is guaranteed. Peaceful assembly is guaranteed under our laws. But I was asking from the backdrop of whether the police is aware. What are you, the leaders of the protest?
I said that the police is very aware about protests.
Okay,
the Ministry of Justice, the entire country, the government is aware of it, and we are.
No, you gotta leave the line. That one. Yeah, you.
Right, and protect peaceful dissent.
Okay, Wanto. Thank you so much. Wanto Tia Wanto is a ranking member of the CDC. He tells us, yes, he said the protest is not a CDC political protest. It should not be misconstrued. The protest is a protest that is being organized by a group of Liberians from different political parties who believe that the rule of law is being trampled upon. So they are coming to assemble at the Capitol building to give petition to the embattled speaker, who in the mind is the speaker proper, and they say they will also give sin to the leadership of the Liberian Senate. They say the police is aware, the Ministry of Justice is aware, and they hope the police will provide protection, because anything other than that, they will document it. This is the OK Morning Rush. Call us on 0777-700-995, 0555-026-995-555-555, and the other numbers. Hello?
Good morning, Clarence Jackson.
Good morning, sir.
This is Crispin Maxwell.
Maxwell, let's hear you.
First, let me tell you, the right to freedom of assembly is fundamental, and I support that energy. But let me say publicly, no Liberian should get entrapped in this political CDC protest.
But they say it is not a CDC protest. You are one.
It is a CDC protest. It will all be former officials, the CDC government, and party officials. These are people who, for the last almost 10 years, they have no history of standing up. Law in this country. You got almost 7 people dying seriously in this country the day organized protests. You got an associate have no interest in standing up for the rule of law. What they want to do is to have political, showmanship. They want to rekindle the spirit of the CDC that got massive. Defeated in the most recent election.
Okay,
and will be defeated again in 2029. So this is a means of mobilizing their base. It is not anything serious.
Thank you. Let's take all Liberians. Hello?
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, Mr. Jackson.
Good morning, sir.
Chair, and let me say good morning to your audience. So, Delani, I'm each of the fundamental right of all Liberians to express we or support. I mean, we will be there to come down our own points to see as to how the process, the reaction from the government, and that. But for me, I don't really want to say. I mean, this. But for me, I don't really want to say. I mean, this protest will be more political because I think that those guys who are protesting, they are Liberians, and if their action will demonstrate a political attachment, then that's the time as much as pictures that the actor will come up with a statement on that.
Okay, thank you. Let's go back to this other line. Yeah, let's take you. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Calling for.
Mr. Talu, let's hear you.
Well, Clarence, the protester this morning has to understand that the rule of law has protected. The went right ahead to do that.
Okay,
so
thank you. Thank you. Let's talk to all our Liberians, Talu.
This protest that is being instigated by most people to stop.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's listen to others. Hello.
Yeah, good morning, Clarence Jackson.
Good morning.
Good morning to the people of Liberia.
Good morning, sir.
This is the impartial Francis B. Mova, and I'm joining the conversation of President in the Sloan Community of Sudan.
Yep.
Clarence, I know as is part of our democracy is guarantee honor our law. But then, who are those protests? Those are all people who
they are Liberians.
We know they are Liberians, but those are people who sat here when things happen. When in fact the money got disappeared from the central bank. Those are people who are here.
No, there was 1 minute. No. There were investigations done here. There were reports that came out that no money got missing here. No system payment got missing anywhere here. I just wanted to correct you on that one. Let's go ahead.
For the sake of the argument, I will accept that. But then those guys were here when money was placed in control according to minister and taking the money and change of. Were they protesting around here? We think they are not sincere. All they are saying, like the previous caller said, is for political showmanship, is to regain their comeback from their setback.
Okay, thank you. Let's talk to other Liberians. Hello.
Yeah, good morning, Clarence.
Good morning, sir.
This is John J. Patrick, Chairman for the Concerned Citizen of Liberia, for the protection of our Constitution, democracy, and the rule of law in Liberia.
Okay.
I am one of the organizers and chairperson of this unique Liberian organization.
Okay.
Firstly, we say thank you for giving all the time to speak to the people. As we speak, our people are hearing us. I'm currently in District 14 on my way to District 16. We will not sit here to allow the rule of law to be on attack. We not sit here to allow the Constitution to be violated as it is. We not sit to see a country, Liberia, to have two speakers. Because as far as we're concerned, we have two speakers. Speaker Kofa said claim to be a speaker. The new speaker that was selected again claim to be a speaker. Is this how we run the country? Concerned Liberians believe that, look, this is about time that the President of the Republic of Liberia see to it that he erects a dinner is a chief based on people working together for the peace and general good of the Liberian people.
The other callers are saying when people like you were superintendent of Grand Bassa and others were in the government, they think that Kabina John were unlawfully removed. He went to ECOWAS court. The government refused to give him a rise. They say people like you were here. You didn't talk about protesting.
Clarence, people like us were here. When more Ali, they were working government for 12 years ago. They were protesting. Nobody stopped them. They should know this. Even the man who is president that's speaking on a job hunt, he knows exactly what happened in the country. People protested here. Nobody did anything to them. So, what I have said in government before, I will not say that to allow our constitution to be violated at all times.
Okay. Okay, Janji. Let's talk to all our Liberians. Hello there. Hello.
Your case is different, Clarence. How are you?
I'm good.
My name is Daniel Freddy, and I call you from the National Transit Authority where Bacon Honey is.
Yeah, Daniel, let's hear you, my brother.
Yes, Clarence, this morning, let's leave the politics aside. For me, I want to say kudos to Madam Glasgow. Clarence, I am with the conviction that Madam Emma Glasgow will be nominated for Africa Best Fishery Ambassador, because this woman is not only concerned about getting fish out of our waters, Clarence, but she's also